is the 17th annual Downtowners Optimist Centennial Hockey Tournament. Hi, everybody. This is Ed Robinson and Don Pankowicz, and this is the game that's all about the Midget A Championship Final. This game featuring the Calgary Sabres and the Winnipeg Suns. Don?
Should be one heck of a game, Ed. I think that they're both teams that are here are definitely the class of the tournament. Both teams have won some real tough games coming into the final of the tournament, and just looking for one heck of a hockey game from either side. Both teams are lined up right now, and they're going to have a little presentation before the game, so maybe we'll just give you an update on how both teams got here to get into the final. The Winnipeg Suns started the tournament by beating the Regina Blackhawks 4-3. They then went on and beat the St. Boniface Seals 6-4. They then advanced into the A-side final by beating the High Nitters in the game last night 4-3. On the other side of the draw, we had the Calgary Sabres defeating the Estevan Bruins at 3-2 in their first game. They then went on and they beat the Weyburn Beavers 4-3 in their second game. They played the PA Saints last night and defeated them 5-1. And that gives us our final between the Calgary Sabres and the Winnipeg Suns. Shapes up to be one heck of a hockey game, Ed.
And the Calgary Sabres will be defending the east goal to our right, and the Winnipeg Suns, the west goal to our left. Calgary will start out with Keith Dusholm in the goal. He's their only netminder, as Mark Piff is out with a knee injury, knee ligaments, I understand. On defense will be Brad Heeb on the right side, and Kevin Matchey on the left side. You've probably heard the name Matchey before. He has a brother that plays for the Calgary Centennials. And the right winger, Dean Shackleton, left winger, Robin Kirsch, and the centerman, the Chris Sowat. For Winnipeg, in goal, Greg McDuff. He's backed up by George Combe. On defense, starting out, will be Terry Garetta on the left-hand side, Bob Gomerich on the right-hand side, and the starting forward, Rob Wasco, will be the right winger. At the left wing, John Gardner, and Victor Martin will be the centerman as we start out. So ready to go. Puck goes into Calgary territory. Number 14 is Brad Heeb shooting it on the left-hand side. One of the Winnipeg players, number 5, who is Rob Wasco, tried to pick it up and is taken by Shackleton for Calgary. Rink-wide pass goes astray, but it is picked up and shot in by Kirsch. In the other zone for Winnipeg is Garetta. Gets the puck, but not all the way out as Calgary keeps it in. Back after that puck for Winnipeg is Shackleton. I should say for Winnipeg will be Gomerich. Number 4, Shackleton. There's a big save right off the bat as we have Sowick in the front, and a big save by McDuff for Winnipeg.
Yeah, it was a huge save by McDuff, and it would have given Calgary the early lead. Good bit of forechecking on the part of the Calgary Sabres, and number 17, Chris Sowiak, just happened to, be in front of the net and picked up a loose puck and just blasted it at McDuff, but McDuff was equal to the occasion, and just a super save down there.
So no score in the early moments of this first period. They go 20 minutes running time for the first and second period. Stop time for the third. Cleared out for Winnipeg by Anderson. Calgary's number 9, McDonald, clears it to the right. Winnipeg, the captain, shooting it in is Doug Overton. And they go after that puck into the corner. Overton, as you heard, tried to crush the Calgary player against the boards. Back on the right-hand side. Laurie for Winnipeg shoots it up ahead. Here's Carson getting away from one check, keeping the puck, although Erickson did slow him up. Now Calgary shoot it, but not out. It was kept in by Anderson. Shoots a low and right, and the rebound comes in. Very close play there, but the rebound out to Winnipeg's Overton, and he just missed putting it in, or I should say that was probably Carson that made that shot.
Yeah, it was the same sort of situation as we had earlier in the game, and, a net play there, Desmond, I believe it is, the goaltender came up with a big save, had to make 2 saves on it, as the first one was a bit of a screen shot, and then he covered up on the rebound, and the first 2.5 minutes of the game, and both teams having real good scoring opportunities, but the goaltender's equal to the occasion in both cases.
There you have a good shot of netminder number 30 for Calgary, Keith Dusholm, and right beside him, number 14, Brad Heeb. They've got a lot of tall players, this Calgary club. I think Heeb probably is their highest skyscraper of the bunch.
They seem to be a big club, Ed, and they seem to be a fairly physical club, and the story we've gotten on the Winnipeg Sun Club is that they're a fast skating club that's not too not too bad you taking the body themselves, so it should probably be a pretty hard hitting and fast skating contest.
So from the face-off for Winnipeg, number 12 will be Arnold, and it's a shot right on goal by Winnipeg's Houston, and you saw the save there by Dusome.
Well, Dusome just hung on to the rebound, shot on his breadboard, and he wasn't about to give up any kind of a rebound, just covered it up for the face-off.
Number 12 for Winnipeg is Ashley Arnold. We'll get the Calgary player in just a minute. He faces off against them. Into the corner, they bring it out to the side. The player for Calgary taking the face-off is Todd Van Biesen. Now the puck goes on the left-hand side, and Van Biesen backhands it on the left-hand side, cleared away for Winnipeg by Gomerich, and Winnipeg shoots it in. It bounces out in front of the goal. Matchy takes it for Calgary, and it's almost taken away from them by the Winnipeg player Dion. Calgary come back on the right-hand side. And it's shot in momentarily by St. Goddard. Now shooting it in this time is Heeb. Into the corner it goes, cleared by Gomerich of Winnipeg. And it goes up to center, and one man back. That's number 19 of Calgary, Matchy. And coming back to recover is Wheeler. Shoots it up ahead for Winnipeg. This is Garetta on the left-hand side as Houston shoots it in. And Calgary in their own zone now trying to get it out. Winnipeg have these side number flashes, and it sure helps. Matchy, it goes up ahead on the right-hand side to Kirsch. It's offside, however, as we had Calgary Shackleton trying to put on the brakes but not quite making it. And so, if you were driving a car, you'd be in an accident.
Yeah, they play just real good and even right now. Both teams not getting caught with 3 men in deep, not giving the opposition any 3-on-2s or anything like that to worry about.
Now number 9 for Calgary is McDonald, the captain of the club. Cleared for Winnipeg by Anderson on the right-hand side. It is Laurie shoots that ahead. Calgary clears. And back after that puck again is McDonald. Heath McDonald, captain of the Calgary club. Intercept for Winnipeg by Gardner. He roll in from the side. Neat save on the play. The puck comes out on the other side as netminder Dusome made a good save for Calgary. Back after that puck, rolling it to the left, number 16, Martin. Now Calgary bring it up on the right-hand side. Headman pass comes up to Erickson, who shoots it in to the left of the goal. He's up there along with Kirsch. They do some bumping at the boards. As Don said, they're not afraid to hit. Offside pass taken by Winnipeg's Overton. We have played about 5 minutes and 45 seconds of the first period. No score in the hockey game. The Winnipeg Suns and Calgary Sabres.
Well, just a little bit of history on both clubs, Ed. The Winnipeg Suns team finished the season with a record of 18-4-4. They were 8-0-1 in the playoffs, and they were the city major midget champions in the city of Winnipeg.
So now we have the Calgary club keeping it in. Number 6 is St. Thomas, or I should say Russ Thomas. Cleared ahead on the right-hand side by Heeb. That's brought back by Winnipeg's McGuire. McGuire with that puck. The drop pass went back to, let's see. Well, McGuire, I think, took it all away. And Smith trying to make the stop for Calgary.
Perhaps, Ed, you can give us some history on the Calgary Sabres.
Well, the Calgary club, they're in the Calgary Minor Major. They finished 4th. They've 21 wins, 13 losses, 2 ties. And they lost in the semifinal. Backhand shot. They score! The first goal of the hockey game. Overton for Winnipeg. And it's 1-0.
Well, the Winnipeg Suns control the face-off there. Loose puck came to Overton, and it was an innocent-looking shot to start off with, Ed, but he just kept it on the ice, and it was to the stick side of Dussome's, Keith Dusome, and they eluded him and went into the net, and it gives the Winnipeg Suns an early 1-0 lead.
And the goal was scored by Overton from Carson at 6:40. Here's the shot that just screamed over top of the goal by Jeff Wheeler. I wonder who that little guy was that we featured in our camera a minute ago. That's our little scorekeeper, Herb Ward. I doubt if he reaches more than 3 feet in the McDonald chart.
Yeah, he has a little trouble seeing over the boards when he gets down there, but does a pretty good job of keeping the staff in, and he's doing one heck of a good job.
Our cameramen, incidentally, are Steve Tatosi and Grant Roberts. Face off to the left of netminder McDuff. On the right-hand side, Winnipeg's Gomerick has that puck. On the left-hand side, too far for Carson. That was batted away by the Calgary captain, Heath McDonald. And they appear to be reversing their position somewhat, as now McDonald is playing. Now they switch over. As we are shown Erickson to be a right point man, McDonald on the left. They switch positions and they flip-flopped again.
Just getting back to the Winnipeg club, quite a history behind them. City major midget champions, which carries quite a bit of prestige along with it. Obviously, had a lot of success this year, and they seem to be quite ready to challenge for this championship here.
So from the face-off, it goes back to the point. Matchy shoots one wide. And back on the other side, it's in the hands of Heed for Calgary. Shoots it up ahead. Gathered in for Winnipeg by Houston. I should say number 12 is Arnaud, the way they pronounce it. Now Calgary's number 15, Kirsch. Up ahead, flipped in by Soyuk. The I is actually silent. They're supposed to pronounce it Soyuk. And we'll get used to it one of these days, perhaps before the third period. Eve shooting it out for Calgary on the right-hand side. The long pass goes down the left-hand side, too far for Kirsch. Back to pick it up for Winnipeg. Laurie, the two of them slam at the board. There's a backhand shot in front. The rebound came out again. So a couple of close chances for the Calgary Sabres. Winnipeg shoot it down the ice. They have a 1-0 lead. Taken by Heeb. Advances up on their right-hand side to Shackleton. Now they flip it in as Kirsch and Soak go in after that puck. Gathered in by Houston. He can't get it out. Shot right into the score! Long shot. I don't know if that's Shackleton or Heeb that got that. But it was a long shot. It was Heeb that got it from the point. Bounced in off net minor McGuff, and it's all tied up.
This Calgary club really finishes their checks. Earlier in that same play, had number 15, Robin Kirsch, just did a heck of a job and set up Stoic twice in front of the net. And there again, they just their hard work and their tenacity and finishing their checks in the corners. Coughed up a loose puck and a long shot from the blue line off the stick of Brad Heeb. Eluded goaltender Greg McDuff, and I guess Greg maybe misplayed it slightly, but irregardless, it puts them into a 1-1 tie.
So the goal scored by Heeb, the assist going to Shackleton and Soak. Time of the goal, 9:35. And it's now 1-1. So it looks like this is going to be shaping up to be a great final. So off the face-off, taken to the left-hand side by number 6, Thomas. Now they still fight for that puck. Advanced up ahead, cleared for Calgary at the blue line. Taken by number 6 is Thomas. The fellow who cleared was Erickson. There's a big hit from behind by number 14 in Winnipeg, Goretta, who downed Smith of Calgary. Smith trying to pop it in. Winnipeg losing it at center. Flipped right back by McDonald of the Sabres. Here's a chance for Winnipeg. Grazed off the post by Gardner. Came very close there. Another shot right on goal by Gomerick. And it's held for a face-off. 8:43 to go in the first period. 1-1 the score.
Yeah, both teams showing pretty good discipline in their own end of the rink. Not allowing that second and third shot if it's all possible, but it's an interesting contest. Both teams just kind of feeling one another out. There we see a little bit of a picture of some of the fans that are attending the game tonight, this evening.
Here's Calgary, and the pass was missed on the right side by St. Goddard as it was shot up to him by Wheeler. Winnipeg, the player number 11, Gardner, jammed into the board by Heeb. Now the pass goes on the other side. Calgary do not get it out. There's a shot that goes wide of the net by Waskell of Winnipeg. And on the right-hand side, Heed for Calgary, trying to get it out. As number 7, St. Goddard, was bumped out of the play by Winnipeg's Goretta. Winnipeg forced it in again, but it's broken up by Calgary. The lead pass goes from number 18. Here's a chance right in front of the goal. And the goalkeeper did not know where it was. As Van Wiesen was setting up the play, trying to get something going along with Wheeler and St. Goddard. Into the corner he goes, and the play is held.
Well, I'll tell you, it was kind of a gutsy way for the Winnipeg Suns to be playing a 2-on-1. It all began when Goretta, number 14 on the Winnipeg team, just went right after the puck carrier on the 2-on-1 and forced him to make a play, rushed him a bit, and as it turned out, the puck was kind of loose and scrambly, and then the goaltender, McDuff, came out, and he also had to challenge on a 2-on-1, and he managed to come up with a loose puck and prevented the Sabres from going ahead 2-1.
A deflected shot in front, almost cleared in by Shackleton after the first shot was taken by McDonald. They all bang it at the puck and finally held by McDuff. And boy, a close play there.
Oh, there, tough play by the Winnipeg Suns. They just tied up their checks in front of the net and let young McDuff look after that loose puck. And, you know, as long as the defensemen are clearing those men out front, the goaltender hasn't too many worries other than to pick up that loose puck and get the face off. And that's basically all that McDuff did on that play.
And now it is on the center ice area. Back to pick it up for Calgary. Shooting it out of danger, number 5. And we have the first penalty coming in the game. Erickson was dumped. There's an interference penalty to the Winnipeg Suns. Overton.
Yeah, Dougie Overton's going to go up for interference. This happened in the neutral zone, and happened to be tying up a check, and the player went down on the play, and referee Don Gamble decided to give Overton a 2-minute penalty for interference.
Actually, it will be a 3-minute penalty, of course, in this situation because of the fact that they go running time. In his own zone, Matchy for Calgary, almost intercepted, goes over on the left-hand side to Kirsch, relays ahead to Solik, and it is cleared. Not all the way out, though, by Winnipeg's Anderson. Calgary now trying to get something going on the left-hand side. This is Kirsch. Gets it back. It goes out of play, though. Matchy couldn't catch up to it. Now brought in by Kirsch, but it's offside.
Yeah, just a super check on number 8 of the Winnipeg Suns, Martin Laurie. It was number 19, Kevin Matchy. Caught Laurie with his head down in the neutral zone and put his shoulder right into his chest and just more or less planted Laurie. And Laurie going off the ice right now, just a little shaken up on the play.
All right, off the face-off, and it's shot but not out by Winnipeg's Gomerick. And Calgary's Heeb cannot get it out this time, as after that puck for Winnipeg is Gardner. Now a Winnipeg player goes down as Solik takes it for Calgary on the left-hand side to Matchy at his own blue line. Has it at center. He is decked on a big check there for Winnipeg by Martin. Victor Martin coming up. He's not one of the bigger fellas out there neither. Nice check by Gardner of Winnipeg as Calgary's Solik brings it up on the right-hand side to Heeb. Trying to get by Winnipeg's Doretta. Picked up for Calgary to the side of the goal by Kirsch in the corner. A long pass out in front. Here's Matchy setting up shoots, and a good block again for Winnipeg by Martin. He's come up with a couple of super defensive plays, and the Winnipeg team shoot it all the way down on goal, courtesy of Bob Gomerick. All right, so now Calgary's Heave has that puck again. He is turned around, gets a shot in front. It's blocked by Winnipeg's Gomerick, and it's shot down the ice by the Winnipeg club. I'll tell you, a couple of big plays by Martin just a minute ago. Now Winnipeg, keep it in. Number 12 is Arnaud. Fighting for that puck. Calgary come up with it. He was checked. Another good play by Arnaud that goes in the corner. And I suppose we should call him Arnaud one of these days, or Arnaud. But can't get used to it, I guess. Now shot in by the Calgary club. And they go into the corner, fight for it. Number 3 for Calgary is Smith. And Winnipeg still playing a man short. Here's a shot blocked neatly for Winnipeg by Anderson off the stick of Erickson. And play is finally called.
Super bit of penalty killing, especially by the two forwards on the Winnipeg Suns, Derek McQuaw and Ashley Arnaud. They just did a heck of a job of killing that penalty off. Didn't really give the Calgary Sabres too many good scoring opportunities. Pardon me, the Winnipeg Suns Calgary Sabres too many good scoring opportunities on that last power play.
All right, so we're getting ready to have the face-off, and Calgary's number 6, Thomas, shoots it in. Kept in again by Erickson of Calgary. Cleared for Winnipeg by Anderson, not all the way. Now they do get it out, chasing after that puck. Number 9 for Calgary, McDonald. Winnipeg back at full strength. Now Calgary, number 3, Smith tried to get up, but a good play by Arnaud of Winnipeg to prevent the action there. Chasing after it is Smith of Calgary, along with Winnipeg's Laurie, and one of the other Calgary players picks it up in behind the goal, centered out in front. The shot just wide the goal by Russ Thomas after Walker had set him up.
Yeah, a good bit of work by Walker there. Just about set Thomas up in front of the net. Thomas got his stick on the puck in front of the net, but just couldn't find the target. Calgary Sabres pressing a little harder now late in the first period.
So the face-off will be outside the blue line on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I believe Thomas put that puck on top of the mesh there, Ed, when he missed the net, and that forced the face-off outside the blue line.
Number 18 for Calgary, Van Beezen on the forward line with St. Goddard and Wheeler. For Winnipeg, we have McGuire along with Overton. Pick the other one up in a minute. There it's stopped by one of the Winnipeg players, number 14, Goretta. Dion, I think, is out there with McGuire this time as they switch their lines a bit. Now on the right-hand side, it is intercepted for Calgary by number 9, who is McDonald. Fails to hold it. Shot out of danger by the Calgary club. Winnipeg's Dion shoots it right back in. Cleared again by McDonald of Calgary. An offside pass is taken at center. 1-1 the score. 48 seconds to go in the first period.
Yeah, again, a good job of forechecking by Derek McGuire there. Tenacious little hockey player. Seems to really want that puck when he's out there. He's got lots of hustle, and he really makes things happen when he's out there.
So the face-off just off center. Now the shot out on the left-hand side by the Winnipeg club. Almost cleared out. Number 11 for Winnipeg is Gardner. And the Calgary club shoots it out. We have Winnipeg's Mummery going after Calgary's Wheeler, who gets the puck, but it's offside. Somebody must have stepped over too soon, or was that an offside pass?
No, it was an offside on the play. Number 7, Lloyd St. Goddard, just got a little over anxious, and number 9 on the Winnipeg Suns, I believe number 5 on the Winnipeg Suns, Rob West, got caught up on the play, and was a good scoring opportunity, but Calgary got just a little carried away, just over that blue line a little too soon, and consequently offside on a 2-on-1 situation.
Yes,
All right, I guess we're going to lose our little scorekeeper here. Lawson, one of you cameramen handle it for us? All right. So anyway, after one period of play, the score is the Winnipeg Suns 1, the Calgary Sabres 1. Brad Heed getting the only goal for Calgary. For Winnipeg, it was Doug Overton. And Winnipeg will be defending the east goal to our right, and Calgary the west goal to our left. Let's get a shot of the Winnipeg bench there, visitors bench. Maybe a little closer in, fellas. That's what we want. Now one of the Calgary bench. There they are. Coaches of Calgary, Irv Ziemer, Rob Brown, Rick Hoban, managers John Kirsch. For Winnipeg, Kevin Plisiak, and I hope I have the pronunciation, Plisiak, is the head coach. Craig Plisiak is not here tonight, but he is the other assistant. And the manager is Phil Lang. So anyway, we have play in Calgary territory, and now the Calgary team getting it out. The Sabres against the Suns. Number 4 for Calgary, shooting wide with Shackleton. Oh, a big hit there by number 19 of Calgary, Matchy, who really decked the Winnipeg player. Probably one of the biggest hits of the tournament here. And that was really a dandy. Here comes Winnipeg in, but number 16 of Winnipeg, Martin could not control the shot. But they're still talking, I'm sure, about that big hit. Now Calgary in their own zone. Winnipeg's number 16, Martin, always dangerous in there, gets crushed by Shackleton. Shot by Winnipeg's Garetta went right into Calgary's number 15, Kirsch. Winnipeg's number 4, Gomery, shooting it up ahead on the left-hand side, over it and shoots. Beautiful save. The puck goes loose. And it's right in front again, and he just misses. And he was taken out neatly on the check right after that. But Overton came very, very close on 2 occasions. But big check by Calgary's Robin Kirsch there. Now Winnipeg come back. McGuire has that puck. Sets out in front. They fail to deflect it in. Good defensive play by Walker of the Calgary Sabres. Number 6 is Thomas going after that puck. Kept in for Winnipeg by Garetta. Shoots it into the corner. Gathered in for Calgary by Heeb, who holds on. He gets a little bit of help from Russ Thomas as number 8 of Winnipeg. Carson is trying to force the play. And so they hold it against the board for a face-off as we have played 2 minutes in this second period. The championship game, Midget A final at Centennial 17.
Just some great action, Ed, down there. Started all off with a super check by Kevin Matchy of the Calgary Sabres. Then a super shot by Doug Overton of the Winnipeg Suns. And then Dean Shackleton came in and really nailed Overton right after he took the shot. Just some real good hard hitting, some tough hockey. The boys really skating out there and really putting a lot of effort into this game tonight.
So the face-off will be to the left of netminder Keith Dusome. The backup netminder for Winnipeg is George Combs. And the backup for Calgary, Mark Piff, P-I-F-F, is out with a knee ligament injury. Long pass too far ahead for Calgary's Walker. Back to pick it up for Winnipeg, Anderson. Checked by Walker, picked up for Winnipeg by Laurie. He escapes the check from Walker. Gets it up ahead on the left-hand side of McGuire. He was checked. We're going to have a penalty called.
Yeah, number 3 from the Calgary Sabres is going to be going off. It's Dwayne Smith. And I think Dwayne's going off for holding. Referee Don Gamble caught him for an infraction, I think, somewhere in the neutral zone there. It's going to give Winnipeg an opportunity to go to the power play here. And I believe... I don't stand to be corrected, Ed. It's Winnipeg's first opportunity on the power play.
It is the first opportunity, and it comes at 4:15. I'll make that 3:15. But I rather got a kick out of the way you referred to Don Gamble as nabbing the fellow, because Gamble's a member of the RCMP.
Yep.
Long shot on goal, held by netminder Dusome of the Calgary Sabres. There you have a good shot of them in the close-in action.
Now, one thing about referee Don Gamble, I'm sure he'll keep the game well under control. If they do get out of line, he's liable to arrest them or something like that. Line change here. Calgary playing it pretty smart. They're playing running time right now, and they've got to change out a little late, perhaps, but as long as the referee doesn't put his foot down, they're going to be able to get away with it and eat up a few valuable seconds on that clock.
So the face-off to the left of the Calgary goal. It goes back to the Winnipeg point. Anderson fires one just wide of the goal. On the other side, shooting it in, Laurie. And it's right in front. They score! Nice effort there by Derek McGuire, who found the top end of the goal. And there you see the Winnipeg players all congratulating each other.
That was a super shot by Derek McGuire that I believe got the goal. He came in a little late around the backside of the circle and just picked the top corner on goaltender Keith Dusome and puts the Winnipeg Suns into a 2-1 lead.
So Winnipeg getting their second goal of the hockey game. Goal scored by number 20, Derek McGuire, and the assist going to Martin Laurie. Now backhand it in, but the Winnipeg club gets it again on the right-hand side. Carson chasing after it. He was checked. Here's a long shot that's blocked in his tracks by Calgary's Wheeler. It goes out in front, and the Calgary club clearing it. Of course, they come back to full strength with the fact that Winnipeg scored. Now a chance moving in for Winnipeg as Carson rolls it to the side of the goal, and Heave, I should say, picking it up for Calgary out to center. Anderson on the right-hand side to Thomas for Winnipeg, turned around by number 10, Wheeler. He was after that puck for Calgary, couldn't get it ahead to Van Biesen, however. Now the rink-wide pass goes to St. Goddard of Calgary, and he is taken out of the play by Overton as the two of them come together, do a little pushing. Now on the left-hand side for Calgary, that's Van Biesen shooting it in. Back to pick it up for Winnipeg. Anderson flicks it out to Overton, gathered in by Heave of Calgary. Now left for St. Goddard, up ahead, moving in. Sowick, he gets set in front, but St. Goddard just failed to get a shot away. He was too well tied up by Carson of Winnipeg on a big check there.
Both teams quite similar in the things that they're doing, kind of trading, trading chances at either end of the rink, working hard, but both teams doing one thing very much the same when they get into trouble in their own zone. They're not taking any chances whatsoever. They're just taking the puck back to the wall, freezing it up, getting a face-off, and getting some fresh shoots out in the ice. A sign of two well-coached and well-disciplined hockey clubs.
Had a good shot of McWaugh out there. Now we have the face-off to left of the goal, and for a small fellow, this Arnaud has been really quite effective for Winnipeg. Now Winnipeg move it up on the other side. The shot right in front. They just missed. Arnaud carries into the corner with Shackleton of Calgary. Now it is taken back for Winnipeg by 14 Goretta. It's offside, however, and so they'll bring it back outside the line. 12:59 to go in the second period. It's 2-1 for the Winnipeg Suns over the Calgary Sabres. There you see the score.
I think faceoffs could be a key thing in this game. Both teams have lost a couple crucial ones in their own zone, and both teams seem to have good shooters from the point, and they've really been teeing off on the shots, but a little erratic at this point. But faceoffs could be a key thing as this game goes on.
Arnaud and Stoic are taking the face-off there. Stoic, I notice, is not the biggest player out there for Calgary, nor is Arnaud for Winnipeg. Now the puck goes back to center ice, taken by number 14, Goretta. That's intercepted by Erickson. Gets it up to the left-hand side, but Stoic was going the wrong way. Here comes Winnipeg back. Gomerick. Pass is intercepted. Shackleton takes over for Calgary. He in turn was checked by Winnipeg's Houston. Now the puck is finally dropped in for Calgary. The shot in front, a second try. Big save in front by netminder McDuff. As we have Sowick moving in, he had one shot stopped by a defenseman. The second shot stopped by the goalkeeper. McDonald keeps it in front. They just failed to tip it in. The shot goes in front again. They had a beautiful chance for the Calgary player, Kirsch, but he could not make contact directly. Now play is in behind the goal as Kirsch moves in. And the first bit of pushing and shoving, really, we've had in the game.
Boy, number 5 on the Calgary Sabres team, Jerry Erickson, really took a physical pounding in front of the net there, but did a heck of a job of standing in there and try to, screen the goaltender, McDuff, a little bit on the play, and things are getting quite physical out there. Both teams really going to the body quite heavily now, and the referee, Don Gamble, letting him play the game and letting him, hit hard and, get the frustration out a little bit and not taking anything away from the game whatsoever.
It's Ed Robinson along with Don Pankowicz, our cameraman, and scorekeepers are Steve Titosi and Grant Roberts. And our little guy, Herb Ward, I guess. Not the biggest fellow around, had to go.
Must have been past Herb's bedtime, Ed.
That's right. I didn't think that fella had a bedtime. Number 2 for Winnipeg, Anderson shooting it out on the right-hand side. Let's see who has it there. I believe that was Wasco, taken over offside by Gardner, and Gardner is getting a real header of steam up as he started to move ahead.
Yeah, I think as this game, goes on, you'll really find that both teams are going to try to wear one another down. The Winnipeg team seems a little smaller size-wise, but they're a hustling club, and they're very, very strong in their skates. Calgary is perhaps a bit bigger, maybe not as fast a skating club, but they may wear that club, the Winnipeg club, down as the game progresses.
Winnipeg leading 2-1. Headman pass goes ahead to Gardner. As they shoot it in, Wasco cleared by Heeb of Calgary. On the left-hand side is Erickson getting ready to take it out. Now has that puck a second time. The rink-wide pass got away from number 8, Walker, who goes after that puck after deflected off the Winnipeg player, Anderson. Heeb again, shooting it in. Intercepted for Winnipeg. Here's Gardner moving in. Heeb makes the save on him. Makes the stop on the boards, and Calgary bring it out. Rink-wide pass. On the left-hand side for Calgary, this is Thomas. Goes a little bit too far, cleared at the last minute for Winnipeg by Anderson. As we had Walker moving in there for Calgary. They tried to get it out to Smith. Now he tries one just wide. And it's brought back by the Winnipeg team. However, number 5, Wasco, was intercepted by Heeb, and they play it against the boards and no further play.
There again, a lot of hard hitting going on in the neutral zone there. Both teams seeming to ignore the puck when they don't have it. The opposition's got it. The first man is just trying to go in there and take the man off the puck and create some turnovers, perhaps create a few opportunities scoring-wise as well.
The referee is Don Gamble. The linesmen are Blair Watson and Robin Hunt. And big hit there by Erickson as he was trying to tee off on Overton of Winnipeg. Goes into Winnipeg territory, cleared by Winnipeg's Gomerick. Now they bring it up on the right-hand side. McGuire, he was checked, and now Calgary come back with it, and a big hit on the Calgary player by Winnipeg Geretta, and he almost buried Van Beesen completely. They're going to have a penalty for hooking, I believe, on the other side, but tell you, Van Beesen, he just about wound himself 6 feet underground with that check by the Calgary player.
Yeah, they're hitting so hard that the sticks are flying up in the air. Had one even flew over the boards on the spectator side of the rink. So we got a penalty, and it's a stick penalty, a penalty for using a stick. Jeff Wheeler, number 10 of the Calgary Sabres, going off for hooking over approximately the 12-minute and 15 seconds, somewhere roughly in there by the time that they dropped the puck with us being on running time.
I said Calgary player when the crush was made. Of course, it was made by the Winnipeg player. And I'll tell you, that was a goodie. On the face-off, shot down the ice for the Calgary Sabres, who trail by 1 goal to this Winnipeg Suns club. A right point man for Calgary was Erickson. He was the one that shot it out. Now Winnipeg come back. Long rink-wide pass goes to number 9, Overton. That was broken up. They bring it in again. Nice check by Erickson of Calgary. And taking that puck is Kirsch. And they shoot it down the ice. And so the Calgary club doing a good job thus far of defending on the man-short situation. I had said Kirsch, who's up there. Can't get the other Calgary player right now. I think it's Shackleton up there. Now Winnipeg come back, taking a pass, number 9, Overton. He was rammed out of the play in a combination by Kirsch and Erickson of Calgary. And so it'll be Winnipeg's Geretta trying it this time. Penalty coming up against the Winnipeg club. That'll even the manpower situation. A high sticking call will be assessed here to the Winnipeg player Overton.
Yeah, that's Doug Overton, number 9. And he's an aggressive hockey player. He likes to hit. He's wearing the C on that team, the captain, and definitely a hard hitter and a good hockey player. Just a comment about the way the game's being called. The referee's letting both teams go to the body and play good, solid, hard-hitting hockey, but anything that's associated with the stick, anything that's being used with the stick over the waist, stick hitting up in the face or whatever it may be, he's calling a penalty, and he's doing a very good job of keeping control of the game at this point.
Very well called game. Well, they wasted about 25 seconds on that running time penalty. It will be coming at 14:06 finally when the puck is dropped. As Calgary in no rush to go in on the face-off because it means they'll have that much more man advantage. Matchy, it's up on the right-hand side. Going after that puck combination, actually, of Calgary player. The shot wide of the goal by Thomas after Solik had really dug it out. Now it's intercepted for Winnipeg. Calgary almost caught napping. Moving in for Winnipeg as Wasco scores! A short-handed, no, it's not a short-handed goal. They're playing 5 aside, but Wasco getting the goal.
Yeah, it was a bit of a defensive miscue perhaps on the play, but the Winnipeg Suns really taking advantage of it. Number 12 on the play, Ashley Anot, I believe it is, picked up the loose puck as defenseman Kevin Mackey tried to throw it across, and he just made a pass to Rob Wasco, and Rob walked in off the right side and slid it on the ice past the Calgary goaltender Dusom, and it put the Winnipeg Suns into a commanding 3-1 lead at this point.
And it could be commanding in this particular hockey game because they've been playing it very close to the vest. The goal scored by Wasco, the assist going to Arnaud at 14:35, and it's now 3-1 for the Winnipeg Suns over the Calgary Sabres.
Well, you get into a tight checking game like this, Ed, and sometimes it's the small mistakes of the game that either make it or break it for you, and Winnipeg definitely capitalized on that one, and here we go with Calgary on the power play.
On the right-hand side, Calgary's Erickson, well tied up by Winnipeg's Gardner. They take it in behind the goal. Two of them fight for it now. Shackleton and Erickson both trying to get it out with Shackleton in possession. Out in front, good clearing play for Winnipeg by Gardner, and the puck goes in behind the goal. Taken for Winnipeg by Anderson. He's tied up in the far zone. As two players go down, here's a check in front, goes back to the point. Stoic to Erickson. On the left-hand side, it goes into the corner again. They roll it out in front. Oh, and in front, Stoic tried to make contact with the puck and failed to do so. Doing a lot of work in the corner was Heath McDonald for the Calgary Sabres. Now Winnipeg killing time as Laurie shoots it back to his own zone, accepts the pass from Anderson, and it goes back to Calgary territory, where Wasco gets the relay, gives it back on the far side. Number 9 was Overton, who shot it in. A big hit there by Kirsch of Calgary. And now back in Calgary territory. McDonald, as I had mentioned, you know, it's interesting, both number 9s are the captains, and I happened to call the wrong one just a minute ago. Now they bring it back on the left-hand side. Here's a slap shot over top of the goal, played anyway. The netminder McDuff. And we had a Calgary player being rammed into the boards there. That's that little assistant captain of theirs, Chris Stoic. No, it wasn't. It was, Stoic it was.
Jeff Anderson, I believe, is going to get the penalty at number 2 for the Winnipeg Suns. It was a late hit after the whistle was over with, and he just kind of took the Calgary player into the boards, and referee Don Gamble having none of that, and it's going to put the Calgary team at a big advantage here, a two-man advantage, and they just about scored on the ensuing power play before that, so it should give them the opportunity to really put some pressure on here and get back into this hockey game.
That's Anderson getting the interference penalty as Calgary now playing 6 men to Winnipeg's 4, and they're still waiting for that face-off. It finally comes at 17:52, and they waste a lot of time on those. There's a chance for Calgary. Oh, big save for netminder McDuff of Winnipeg on that shot by Heeb. Now goes in behind the goal, and out goes McDuff to hold on.
Yeah, good play by McDuff. You don't give the opposition possession of that puck when you get it, especially when you're short-handed, and he just hung on to it real good and tough. Good play by Matthew on the left point. Throw the puck over to number 14, Heeb, but he just couldn't find the mark on that last shot.
Winnipeg shoots it down. Too bad Winnipeg didn't have a player by the name of Macbeth, and you could get Shakespeare in there. Macbeth, beware Macduff. Anyway, here's the leading pass up ahead. It's offside, though, taken by Smith of the Calgary Sabres, and that could be costly with running time.
It sure will be costly with running time. Calgary just getting a little impatient out there, and, unfortunately, you only need one good shot on the power play to score, and then perhaps rushing it just a bit and costing them a few valuable seconds on that clock. And I see here they're making a line change as well, and it's not going to give them too much time on that power play to really get something going.
Winnipeg now only one man short, taken by Heeb in his own zone for Calgary. Seems to anchor their defense core. Up ahead on the left-hand side, Calgary Stoic is run into the side by Winnipeg's Goretta. They hold it for a face-off. And Winnipeg doing a great job of killing off this penalty.
Yeah, they sure are. They get possession and they don't give it back. It's a face-off, and they get a 50% chance of getting the puck back on the face-off, and they're not going to get scrambly or start running around. They're just going to take that face-off and take the chances from there. And so far that strategy has definitely paid off.
Gomerick and Kirsch are doing a lot of pushing and shoving around, and now Gomerick decides to make a line change, taking advantage of the running time, and we're not going to have time for a face-off.
I think we'll get a face-off in, but that's about all she's going to be at. It's about maybe 7 or 8 seconds.
There it is. There's a chance in front for the Calgary player. The shot on goal. The rebound comes in, but they could not force it down as Kirsch tried it on the shot originally by Shackleton. And so the buzzer goes to end the second period of play with the Winnipeg Suns out in front of the Calgary Sabres by a score of 3-1. Here you have some of the players coming off the ice now. But a couple of very good periods of hockey overall.
You bet. The game actually probably not a 3-1 hockey game as far as I can see it. A couple breaks on the part of the Winnipeg Suns. They've taken advantage of them, and one nice power play goal of giving them the 3-1 lead. But I think that with the stop time, 20-minute third period, the Calgary team is going to come out just a little stronger, a little bit more ready, and I'm sure that we're going to find a very close, exciting third period of hockey with either team definitely still being able to win this game.
That fellow in crutches just coming off a second ago is Mark Piff, who is the reserve goalkeeper for the Calgary Sabres. Some of the coaching staff are Ziemer, Rob Brown, Rick Hogan, I should say, coming off. John Kirsch is the manager. And Winnipeg Suns, Kevin Plissick is the head coach. Craig Plissick not here, but he's the backup, and Phil Lang is the manager. Don, a final word before we conclude this first segment.
I just like to say that I think we're going to see one heck of a third period of hockey. Both teams are playing just super out there, and good entertaining hockey to watch, and the people that are out here today are definitely getting their money's worth.
So we are here at the Downtowners Optimist Centennial Hockey Tournament, the 17th annual, the Midget A Championship Final. And after 2 periods of play, the Winnipeg Suns lead the Calgary Sabres 3-1 on goals by Derek McWaugh, Rob Wasco, and Doug Overton for Calgary. Brad Heave has the only goal. Our cameraman scorekeepers are Steve Zatosi and Grant Roberts. Our color man is Don Pankowitz. Stand by. We'll be back shortly from the Al Ritchie Memorial Center. This is Ed Robinson.
Our scorekeeper was here before.
This is Ed Robinson and Don Pankowitz. We're at the Al Ritchie Memorial Center, and the championship final, Midget A section of the 17th annual Downtowners Optimist Centennial Hockey Tournament. The score after 2 periods of play, the Winnipeg Suns 3, the Calgary Sabres 1.
Yeah, looking for a very strong third period from either club. Both teams have worked hard to get to this final, and I'm sure that they're not going to, give the other team a hockey game without putting up one heck of a good fight. Look for both teams to come out very physical the way they did in the first 2 periods. Perhaps Calgary pressing just a little harder because Winnipeg has that 2-goal lead, and hopefully it won't be a game that's either won or lost on a key mistake. Hopefully it'll be the hard work of the team that either wins or loses it for them.
On the face-off, going into his own zone for Winnipeg is Garetta to clear, and he lets the Calgary player fall right on top of him. And now for Calgary, number 17, Sowick. Up ahead on the left-hand side, they bounce it out in front. The puck's still loose. Oh, what a save there. The puck goes loose finally, but Shackleton right in on top of McDuff. And boy, what a save there by McDuff.
Yeah, he's just playing super down there. He's probably been the difference so far. The Sabres still on that power play now, and we've gone to stop time, so we're not going to have the jockeying going on that we had in the first few periods.
Get a close-up there of the goaltender. There he is, netminder Greg McDuff. They're pretty acrobatic there. Now a shot of the 2 benches. Long range view there. Number 19 for Calgary is Matchie. Trying to get away from him, and he is taken out of the play by McWaugh. Puck goes into Winnipeg territory where it is cleared by Goretta. Down the ice for the Winnipeg Suns. They, of course, are short a man. Calgary's Matchy clearing on the right-hand side. We had a Winnipeg player decked to the right of the goal. That was Derek McGuire. Wondering what you have to do.
Yeah, just as I thought. Both teams coming out very physical here again, going right to the body and trying to just wear each other down. And the Winnipeg penalty now expired, Ed, and we're back to a 6-on-6 situation out there.
So the face-off will be to the right to netminder Keith Dusome. You saw the teams from, each side come out. First of all, Winnipeg, then Calgary, just at the start of the third period as we get the shot of the corridor near the dressing room. Number 9 of Winnipeg, Overton, holding the Calgary assistant captain, Dean Shackleton.
Yeah, this Overton, he's not the biggest hockey player on that Winnipeg Suns team, but pound for pound, I would have to say that he's probably got as much heart and determination as anybody that I've seen in this tournament so far. He plays a lot of spirit, and he's got a lot of hustle out there, and boy, he's sure not scared to do any hitting out there either.
From the face-off, there's the shot, they score! A screen shot by Doug Overton, the fellow you were just talking about. Perfect face-off, and he banged it home.
Well, I'd like to give Overton a lot of credit on that, but I believe that actually the guy that did most of the work on it is Derek McQuan, number 20. It's just a perfect face-off, and I talked to you earlier in this game about face-offs and how crucial they could be. Overton perhaps a little lucky. He stopped that puck and set it up and teed it off before he got rid of it, but goaltender, Dusome didn't get it, and the Winnipeg Suns go ahead 4-1.
So the goal was scored by Overton, his second of the hockey game. The assist going to McGuire, his second point. Long shot right on goal, taken by the captain of the Calgary Sabres, Heath McDonald. That was saved by netminder Greg McDuff. Here comes Winnipeg back. The long shot again. Glove this time by Dusome. Again on the trigger. Doug Overton, the captain of the Winnipeg Suns. In his own zone for Winnipeg. McGuire getting it out of danger. Picked up for Calgary by Thomas. Takes it across the line. Rolls one right on goal. And McDuff makes the save there. We're going to have a penalty probably for tripping.
Yeah, it's going to be the number 4 of the Winnipeg Suns, which is Bob Gomerick, I believe it is, and he's going off the tripping, and that penalty comes at the 1 minute and 39-second mark of the first period, Ed.
So here we are with the score at 4-1 in favor of Winnipeg Suns. Calgary on the power play. They have to get one badly here. Solik on the face-off. It goes to Matchy on the right-hand side. And Heeb shot into a Winnipeg player. Gets it back again for Calgary. Now he shoots it down the ice. Into the corner, going after for Calgary. Kirsch. It takes out of the way. Gardner cannot clear it past Lieb. Now they do. Heeb, I should say. I think I said Lieb. Now Calgary in their own zone. Trying to get it out. Number 19 is Matchy. Lieb. Or Heeb, rather. Back to hold in is Martin. Martin has been very effective in this game, particularly in the man-short situation, he and Gardner.
Yeah, they're doing one heck of a job. Calgary can't even get the puck out of their own end right now, and this is on a power play situation. And, Calgary, if they want to get back in this game, are going to have to get something going on their power play. This is about the fifth opportunity they've had, and really they haven't been able to muster much up on the power play up to this point.
So the face-off to the right of netminder Dusome and the Calgary goal. It's the Sabres have to get something rolling. McDonald pass up ahead to Solik. Solik, that play broken up by Anderson. Backtracking McDonald on the right-hand side to Erickson. Pass on the right-hand side, taking it after to Shackleton. Calgary keep it in after a bit of trouble, but it's cleared right back out by Martin. Way out of his goal is the netminder Dusome to clear. In behind his own goal is Solik for the Calgary club. Almost lost to Winnipeg. Martin got it up on the board, but Martin on number 11 this time. Gardner in second effort did a good job clearing. Here is Solik of Calgary up ahead on the right-hand side. It goes to McDonald off Kirsch. Now McDonald in the corner, working for that puck. And again, bothering him is Martin of Winnipeg. They put it out in front. We saw netminder McDuff leave his crease.
McDuff doesn't take any chances. We've got about roughly 20 seconds left in that penalty to the Winnipeg Suns, and they've done a good job of killing that penalty. The Calgary team not really able to get any good shots on net up to this point.
Winnipeg have had 4 penalties to Calgary's 2 so far in the hockey game. And it's controlled by McGuire of Winnipeg. And certainly they have done extremely well in the second and third periods here. Calgary unable to get going. Van Beesen trying to control the puck now. Loses it to Winnipeg's Overton. Long lead pass, a chance, but it's outside, and McGuire moved in. And the Calgary goalkeeper, Dusome, had a word or two with him. And very quickly, Doug Overton, as a good captain should do, controlled his player.
Yeah, they're doing real well up there. 20-9 just seems to work like a hand in the glove. And another step there, and, they'd have been home free on a breakaway pass. Winnipeg really opening up and starting to take control of this game now. And, Calgary's got to get back to the basics and try to get back in.
Knocked down the ice by Overton of Winnipeg. Out of his goal for Calgary's Dusome. And now the Calgary club get it up on the right-hand side, but it's intercepted by Carson of Winnipeg, and play is called. We have an injured Winnipeg player. I didn't see how that happened. That looks like Overton that was hurt.
It is Overton, Ed, and it's his left shoulder. He went in with Matchy, number 19, and the stick kind of got up, and I think his stick got caught underneath Overton's shoulder, and he's in pretty good pain down there in the corner to the left of goaltender Dusome of Calgary. He seems to be kind of a freak sort of an accident, Ed, but hopefully nothing too serious. Coach checking his throat right now. Let's hope. No, I think it is his shoulder, and I think maybe perhaps it's an injury that he had occurred beforehand and maybe popped it out again or something like that. Could be quite a serious injury to the Winnipeg Suns, as Overton's been a standout out there tonight so far for the Suns. Definitely a team leader and one of the guys that really makes their club go.
In the meantime, let's have a shot now, a close-up shot of both the benches. They move down very slowly now, and a real good close-up. If you could get it in a little closer, focus her in. Well, there you see some of the home bench, the Calgary bench, some of the coaching staff, Irv Zemer, Rob Brown, Rick Hoban, John Kirsch, the manager. He believes in the crowd. There's the Winnipeg bench now. There they are.
This Winnipeg club, Ed, just as a side note, won the league championship up in Winnipeg, and they defeated the Winnipeg Fort Garry Twins, who just finished wrapping up our consolation final of the Centennial Cup tournament, beating the Regina Blackhawks 4-1. They played the Twins in a best-of-5 league final, and they beat them 3 straight. The Twins, I just talked to some of their coaching staff in between the second and third period here, and they said that the Suns were giving them a pretty good grief all season long, and the Suns are definitely the class of the Winnipeg League this year.
So the score is we have 16 minutes, 12 seconds to go in period number 3. There you have a shot of netminder Keith Dusome. Is the Winnipeg Suns 4, the Calgary Sabres 1. Ready for the face-off outside the blue line to the right. We're at the Al Ritchie Memorial Center. Well, after 3 tries, they finally do it. Backhanded in for Winnipeg by Arnaud. And for Calgary, it's Matchy. Getting up the right-hand side, penalty will come up. Here the shot! It deflects off the Calgary player, Heed. That was taken by Winnipeg's Arnaud. And finally the save by Dusome of Calgary, but a penalty will come up against the Calgary Sabres.
Yeah, I believe it's going to defenseman on the Calgary Sabres, number 14, which is Brad Heeb, get called for interference. Just tied up a man in front of the net, and referee Don Gamble nabbing him, as we said earlier, 2 minutes for interference.
4:09.
Penalty be about 4:09, that's right. 4:03.
4:03, that's right. So from the face-off, number 10 of Winnipeg, Dion goes down, goes after the Calgary player, try and get it back. We had an offside in the play as they took it out just over the line.
Yeah, the Winnipeg team not able to keep that puck inside the blue line on that. Winnipeg gets another opportunity here on the power play. If they get one now, it should make it awfully difficult for Calgary to come back.
The rolling shot goes on netminder Dusome. In behind his goal is Erickson for Calgary. It gets away from the one Winnipeg player, but back to cover is Gomerick. Gomerick on the right-hand side. Goes back in behind his goal now, as he has Garetta with him. Now comes up on the right-hand side, but it's swept away by McDonald. Back in his own zone is Garetta for the Winnipeg club. Number 17, Houston, gets it over on the right-hand side to Dion. Now taking it as Arnaud. Arnaud working his way in, rolls it on goal. The save is made by Dusome. And they bring it out in front. They score! What a play there by Arnaud. And he did the oldest trick in the book. Took the puck out from in behind, and there is just a hair space there, big enough for him to put the puck in.
Yeah, I believe the puck went through Keith Duchamp's legs. Number 12, Ashley Arnaud, just picked up a loose puck in behind their goal line and skated it out front to the side of the net and just jammed it in the net. And you know, although not a very classic goal, a big goal for the Winnipeg Suns and puts them into a big 5-1 lead.
Calgary comes back now. They're pressing to get back into this hockey game. Walker has it in the corner. Bounds it out in front. They score! Well, you say it in one end, you just saw it in the other.
We call that turnabout fair play, Ed, and it's, I believe, number 8 picking up the goal, and that's, you know, just kind of a very innocent-looking play to start off with. But Walker, number 8 of the Sabres, just picked up a loose puck and took an errant shot close to the goal line and went in off the backside of goaltender Greg McDuff into the net. So it puts them back into the game at 5-2.
All right, here we go. Unassisted goal. And they roam around the goal again. Neat save on the play by netminder Dusome on that long shot by Winnipeg's Laurie. But we'll come up with the 2 scoring plays in just a minute once we have the next face-off. Now for Calgary, Smith getting it out, kicks it ahead to Walker. Walker, he has a man to his left. Nice checking job from behind by Winnipeg's Anderson. And out of his net to hold on is Greg McDuff to make sure. The Winnipeg goal was scored by Arnaud, getting it from Houston. Time of that goal, 4:56. And 14 seconds right after that, Charles Walker unassisted for Calgary at 5:10.
I'd like to have $1 for every goal that's scored right after another one. I think I've seen more goals scored back-to-back, 2 or 3 in succession in this tournament than probably any other tournament that I've been at. This is kind of a fluke sort of a thing, Ed, but it's been happening.
We've had a lot of them a close play there for Calgary's Stoics, but he just missed the net. And it is picked up by Kirsch for Calgary. The long shot rolls to netminder McDuff. Now they put it back in the point. Shot back in by Calgary's McDonald. The puck goes loose, flicked ahead by Kirsch. Now Winnipeg come back. Here's a headman pass to McGuire. McGuire has a goal. Nice save. And it's over-skated. The puck was sitting all alone in front. And all Carson had to do was flip it, but he couldn't. And there's a shot that hit the post by McGuire again. Carson trying to get a hold of that puck. They scramble in front. Out of his goal is netminder Dusome. There you've got a good shot of him.
Seems to be a little shaken up on the play of Dusome, but that's Doug Overton, number 9, is back out in the ice, and he did a super job out there. Didn't seem like the shoulder is bothering him too much on the last play. As him and McGuire and Robbie Carson set up a couple of real good scoring opportunities there. Carson coming in on Dusome and not being able to pick up the rebound. Otherwise, you know, perhaps you could have had a 6-2 hockey game there. But this line with you know, with young McGuire and Overton and Gardner, or pardon me, not Gardner, but Carlson are really doing a heck of a job of keeping the pressure on the Calgary Sabres.
Calgary would be in a bit of a box if Dusome were not able to answer the bell, because Mark Piff is out with a knee ligament injury. If they ever would have to change goalkeepers, Brad Heeb, the right defenseman, that tall fellow, would be the fellow to take over the goal position.
Well, I think it would really put Calgary at an unfair disadvantage. Heeb is, you know, one of their stronger players back on their blue line, and having to put one of your key men defensively into the net would probably create some problems. But normally with one goaltender, you got to be shaken up pretty badly, not being able to continue. And Ducham's just shaking it off right now. I think he maybe took a bit of a check in the head there, and he got rattled a little bit. And he's shaking his head, and he seems to be shaking it off. And I think he's going to be all right and ready to go.
Let's get another shot of the goalkeeper there.
The ironical part about that whole thing is you'll notice he just went over and patted him on the back. It was Heave, number 14. There's no way he wants to go on that net.
All right, off the face-off. It's rolled out of danger momentarily by Heeb of the Calgary club. Holds it against the boards as we have 4 of them in there. Here's a shot right on by McGuire. Good save there by netminder Newsom. He just met it head on. 2 players going to the boards, picked up for Winnipeg by Overton. And, oh boy, what a play there by, it's going to cost him too, Kirsch. After he sort of got away with the first one, is given a cross-checking penalty. He doesn't like that. Overton goes in.
You know, he got
Kirsch goes in, I should say.
got the attention. Kirsch got the attention of referee Don Gamble in the corner. He got his stick well up, you know, over the player's waist, the Winnipeg Suns' waist, up into his face in the corner, and
the Winnipeg player in his own zone. He has number 4, Gomerick shooting it out for Calgary in his own zone. Number 19, Matchy on the other side to Lieb, or Heeb, I should say. Thinking of another player I know by the name of Lieb, and I just seem to have an inner circle around him. Here's a chance for Calgary. Oh, the shot just wide of the goal by Walker. Came very close there, and it was almost kept in by Matchy of Calgary. Back to pick it up is number 14, Heeb. Heeb now making a nice play. Up ahead on the right-hand side goes Sowick. Sowick, a man in front. They take it in behind the goal. 3-on-1 pretty well there. There's a big hit by the Calgary player. And number 8, Winnipeg, Carson, appeared to be shaken up a little bit, but he shakes out of it very quickly after being decked by the Calgary captain, Heath McDonald. Oh, that should be Matchy who decked him.
Boy, the Calgary Sabres are coming on strong, and as I told you to start the period, Ed, they're not giving up. They're not going to give this game up without a fight. There was 2 brilliant scoring opportunities there. You know, number 8 on the Calgary club, Walker, walked in and put the puck over the net, and Sowick 17, the same thing again. Just missed the net on clear-cut opportunities, but they're pouring it on, and they're taking the play to Winnipeg at this point.
The teams are back at full strength, and it's rolled out in front by Winnipeg's Gomerick. Takes it across the line. Nice check on the part of Erickson. And Calgary certainly turned their game around. Shackleton has that puck. Still has that puck. And he got away from the check by McGuire. Failed to do so on the check by Gomerick. They're going in anyway! Calgary getting the 3rd goal of the hockey game.
Just a super play out there. Sowick is the goal scorer on the play, but I believe number 8, Walker, did all the legwork on it. Carried the puck in deep into the Winnipeg Sun end of the rink, and Winnipeg is backing off. They're not forechecking with the tenacity that they were earlier in the game, and you know, it's just a matter of centering it past the front of the net, and before you know it, the puck was in the net. I believe the assist on that play was going to number 15, which would be Kirsch, not Walker, but just one heck of a play, and puts them into a 5-3 game, which puts them right back in the ball game.
Well, the goal was scored, as you mentioned, by Sowick. The assist going to Shackleton, the right winger, and the time of the goal, 11:46. And so the Calgary Sabres went into the Winnipeg club, and they're putting on the pressure. Now 2 of them tie each other up on the far side. That's Kirsch trying to get away with that shot as we had St. Goddard working in the slot, and Calgary really digging now. Here's Donald. We've got a bit of an altercation here between the Calgary's Wasco, or I should say Calgary's Erickson, and McGuire, Winnipeg. Let's see who's going to go off.
I think they're going to both go off, Ed. They're 4 high sticking. 20 is going to go to the box as well, as far as I can see it. Good call by referee Don Gamble at that time. Putting the Calgary team off by themselves would really take a lot of momentum away from them. When they were both jostling back and forth. That last goal, it was Shackleton, number 4, who did the legwork on it. I couldn't catch his number as he was dumped in the corner, and just a super play to put them back to 5-3, and Calgary definitely back in this hockey game.
5 penalties thus far to the Calgary team and 6 to Winnipeg. Play is called, and the team's playing 5-men aside. The score is 5-3 in favor. Well, they have 5-2 up on the board for some reason. There it is. They just changed it now.
Yeah, Calgary definitely coming on strong here. That size might be showing a bit. They might be getting the Winnipeg club just a bit tired at this point.
Number 6 of Winnipeg, Laurie, trying to get it out. He keeps it in for Calgary. He is ridden out of the play neatly for Winnipeg by number 6, Laurie, but perhaps he was too aggressive.
Well, I think if anybody's going to go here, he'll send them both, or he won't send either one. He's having a little chat on the way over to the penalty box on Yamble is. I believe if he's going to send them off here, he's going to be sending them both off. Good officiating, you know, not letting either team get an advantage in a case like that. Send them both off, cool them both off, and there's lots of open ice up there right now. Some brilliant chances for scoring opportunities. And here's where your coaching really comes into it. Putting the right personnel on the ice at the right time. 3-on-3, it's a wide open game right now, and you know, a good possibility that a goal could be scored here within the next minute and 50 seconds.
12:47, the time of the double penalties. And we have the team playing 4 men aside, taking the puck for Calgary. McDonald shoots one just wide of the goal. Going over to the other side, Matchy can't hold it in. Gets it up ahead on the right-hand side to Stoic. Stoic, I think Calgary's got the right players out there. And Stoic has that puck in front. However, McDonald was cruising in, but cruising the wrong way. Now it is Stoic on the other side to Matchy. Matchy almost taken out of the play by Anderson. Here come Winnipeg out. Anderson, and they've got Martin out there. Here's an effective man, too. Anderson just missed, but the other man out there for Winnipeg is Gomerik. So I think they probably got the right players out on both sides. McDonald loses his stick, tries to tie up Martin, and does so successfully.
Playing 3-on-3 hockey, it's almost like playing a game of cards. A lot of times it's not what you do down at the other team's end of the rink that either makes it or breaks it for you. If you turn the puck over, it all depends on what you leave. And if you leave a 2-on-1 or whatever it may be, the other team could take the opportunity of that. And so here we go again with the 3-on-3.
On the left-hand side for Calgary, Kirsch. Kept in for Winnipeg by Arnaud. Rolls it ahead. Cleared in behind the goal by netminder Dusum. 6:13 to go in the third period. The headman pass goes off the skate of Kirsch. Puck goes loose on the right-hand side. Picked up by Arnaud for Winnipeg. Arnaud, the play broken up by McDonald after Shackleton had made the first check. Now for Winnipeg, backhanded out by Anderson up ahead on the right-hand side to Arnaud. Taken out of the play by Kirsch. Now here's a chance for Matchy. Makes a neat move. Matchy coming in. Shoots. Great save by netminder McDuff. But you had to give the Winnipeg defense a lot of credit there, particularly the fellow who's got the puck right now, Anderson. Now Anderson cruising in. Shoots one. Moving in toward his goal after the save. Keith Dusum making the stop.
The thing that really surprises me is that the Winnipeg club has not used number 9, Overton, out there in that short-handed 3-on-3 situation. He's a real control player and the type of player that I would probably have on the ice in a case like that. But you know, it's a bit ironic. You get into that 3-on-3 and you see a lot of things happening out on the ice that you don't normally see, and it makes for exciting hockey.
Well, I saw somebody that wore uniform number 20, and it looked like Mark Piff, and it didn't look like a guy in crutches, but he skated out there quite well. Van Beesen, he wasn't his boss, of course. I'm talking about Piff. That's who it is, and I would have no reason to suspect otherwise. He's still playing now. They're back to 4 men aside, or 5 men aside, including goalkeepers. A chance for McGuire moving in. Still has a puck. Shoot! Great glove save by Dusum. As we had the Calgary player, number 18, Van Beesen, trying to make the check, and boy, McGuire made the move there.
McGuire is what we call slippery. He, you know, it seems like they got some grease on him or something like that, because 3 different players on the Calgary team tried to get a piece of him on that last play. He still hung on to the puck. He just slipped a check one after another and took a good shot from the slot, and Dusum had to come up with a big glove save there, you know, to keep the Calgary Sabres in this game at this point.
Now I see Calgary is playing a man short, and Winnipeg back at full strength. Now Calgary brings their other player out.
Just giving him a little extra rest there, that's all.
Penalties expired 4 seconds ago. So the face-off to the left of netminder Dusum. Smith against McGuire. And deflect into the crowd. A little farther, that one would come at us.
Well, I don't think they'd be shooting at us quite yet, Ed. We wouldn't want to have anybody do any damage to this valuable equipment that we've got up here, but No, Calgary's got to really be going right now. They can't afford to look back. They need that goal to get them back to 1.
Well, backhanded, knocked away by Heeb. He rams his man Gardner into the board. Taken, however, by Wasco. Scores! Wasco getting the goal. His second of the hockey game for Winnipeg.
Yeah, and it's going to probably be the biggest goal of this hockey game at this point. Wasco walking out of the left corner in front of the net into the slot and just kept the shot on the ice, thick side on goaltender Keith Dusom, and puts the Winnipeg Suns into a big 6-4 lead. Goal scored at the time, approximately 15-minute and 9-second mark of the third period.
6-3 to score in favor of the Winnipeg Suns over the Calgary Sabres. And a big, big goal there. Laurie, let's see, Wasco got it.
Yes, he did.
Wasco got it. And the assist going to number 11, Gardner. Now Calgary playing in Winnipeg territory, gathered in by Wasco. Goes back where it is picked up by Goretta. He escapes the check from number 14 there, Heeb, and he's trying to hit everybody right now. It's going to be called offside, or icing, I should say. 4 minutes, 18 seconds to go. The other side would have taken would have been an offside pass.
Well, we say, Ed, that it's not over until the fat lady sings, and Calgary can't afford to, to quit on this thing quite yet here. We've got a goaltending change in the Calgary end of the rink. We have the other goaltender, Mark Piff, going in right now for 4:16 left in the third period. Piff is now playing that.
They had announced that Laurie had got the goal, which was incorrect. It was Wasco, and we just had that confirmed by one of the Calgary brass here. Now it is brought back on the left-hand side. A shot right on goal. First save of the hockey game by Mark Piff. Another one, as we had Winnipeg's Arnaud in front. So now it is brought back on the right-hand side. The shot goes over top of the goal. Actually wide by the Calgary player, Soa. Big hit there. Big hit by Heeb. He's come up with a couple of them in this hockey game. Whoop. He tried to deck somebody by a different manner, too, right after that.
Yeah, Heeb and Matchy, 14 and 19 for the Calgary Sabres. It's like two bookends out there, and I don't think there's anything they like any better just to tee off on the opposition forwards and, and really let them have it. And he took a big run at the the Winnipeg Sun player there and got a good piece of him. Definitely makes you keep your head up when you're going up ice.
Now Shackleton cannot get the puck as Winnipeg bring it back. Here's a pass from Overton on the right-hand side, moving in on the play. Carson, good pass, good save though, in front. They roll it in front of the goal again. But McDonald made a good play there for Calgary. Now it is backhanded out by Erickson. Gomerick on the left-hand side to Anderson. Taken ahead by Carson. Gets set for the shot. What a check from behind by Kirsch. Boy, he did a beautiful job there, but Winnipeg keep it in front. However, the pass by Martin failed to make its mark. There's a shot just wide of the goal. The rebound comes in. It's tied up in front. And trying to get it out now is Solich. We have 2:55 to go. We have, I believe it's going to be a slashing penalty.
Yeah, it is. To number 8 for the Winnipeg Suns, be Robbie Carson. And Rob's had a pretty strong game for Winnipeg out there at this point. But, this penalty at this time is going to give Calgary one last opportunity to go back to the well and maybe reach a little deeper and get a goal and, perhaps get back in the thing. A 6-3 hockey game, 2 minutes and 54 seconds left in the game. Anything's still capable of happening. It's a long way back, but in the game of hockey, a lot of strange things can happen in a short amount of time.
8th penalty to Winnipeg. Calgary's had 6. Kicked ahead on the right-hand side, taking the puck now, St. Goddard. Check from behind by Winnipeg's Overton. And now it is set ahead by Maschke on the right-hand side. They can't control the play. Couldn't get the shot away. I believe that was Carson on the far side. Have to pick up his number in just a minute as it's brought back by Thomas, I meant, not Carson. Now Winnipeg bring it back, and here's the save by netminder Mark Piff.
Yeah, kind of a funny move on the coaching part of the coaching of the Calgary team making that switch in net. Perhaps it's good to get both boys in the games, but a lot of times, it leaves a kind of a detrimental effect on your club by the players thinking that, hey, maybe they figure the game is over and done with. That's why we're playing our other goaltender. But Calgary's still working hard out there.
Heed shoots on the left-hand side to Wheeler for Calgary. Relays it to Van Biesen. On the left-hand side, Wheeler shooting it. It goes into the opposite side after St. Goddard. And kicked ahead by Heeb again. Now Winnipeg cleared down the ice. They're short a man, of course. We have 2:02 to go in the third period, and very likely the hockey game unless the Calgary club can come back with 3 goals in a hurry. Here's Matchy up in the left-hand side. Good clearing play by Gomerik as we had the Calgary player moving in. Now he goes in behind the Winnipeg goal. Dangerously out in front of his goal was Anderson. Shot it up ahead on the left-hand side. This could be a break on the left-hand side for Gardner. Cruising in and behind the goal, taken out of the play by Heeb. Gardner finally gets Heeb down. And it's brought back on the left-hand side. Kicked away for Winnipeg by Anderson after it had been shot down by the Calgary player on the left-hand side, Russ Thomas, who now has the puck, loses it, picks it up again. Penalty going to come up, though, out of the action for cross-checking. On the ice is Houston. Didn't take too kindly to the play by Heeb, and it's going to be a high sticking call against Calgary's Heeb, and that, of course, will probably erase any chance that they had.
Yeah, it's bad enough that, you're down 3 goals late in the game, and you're pushing hard to get one, and you take an unnecessary penalty like that. You could have almost guessed it would have been Heeb the way he's been hitting out there all day tonight, but it puts the Winnipeg team back at an even-up situation.
Well, he was hitting cleanly until that one, and one that preceded it. Now it's brought up on the right-hand side for Winnipeg by Wasco, taken out of the play by Erickson, and the 2 others cross swords on the left-hand side, Houston and Smith, and they finally hit the deck. Number 5 for Calgary was Erickson. They jam at the boards. Let's have a close-up of that. There you are.
Both teams a little frustrated, or not both teams, but the Calgary team a little frustrated at this time, being down 3 goals late in the game, and it'd be nice to see both teams just play this thing out and get the game over with. It's been a cleanly played game up to this time with a lot of hard hitting, and Don Gamble not letting things get away at this point, taking 2 of them off, 1 from each side, and with 57 seconds left in the game, I think it's almost a foregone conclusion, Ed, that the Winnipeg Suns are going to be our 1982-83 winners of the Mid-Day Championship at the Centennial Cup Tournament in Regina.
19:03, the time of the penalties, the 9th to Winnipeg, the 8th to Calgary. And most of those penalties have come here in the latter stages of the third period. In fact, of the 17 penalties, 8 have come within the last 5 minutes, or 7 minutes. So the team's now playing 4 men aside, and we've got a little bit of fencing there. This time it's going to be a holding call against the Winnipeg player Arnaud, who with McDonald had a bit of a clash.
I don't think Don Gamble got the whole view of that one. We got the backside vision of it, and Don got the front side vision of it. And there again, I think he should have probably taken them both off, but he's not taking any chances. The players are getting their sticks up, and he's just blowing the whistle and getting them off and making sure that nothing serious happens.
Doesn't matter now because they're going to be playing 5 or 4 aside for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's right, Ed. They've got 3 in the box on either side, so with the penalty situation, she'll be 3-on-3 hockey from here on in.
45 seconds to go in the third period of this championship game, and the Winnipeg Suns are that far away from a championship here as they lead the Calgary Sabres 6-3. Number 10, Dion, taking a face-off against Calgary Stoic. Now taken by number 10, Wheeler, for Calgary, making a neat move, but he just the last minute couldn't get by the skate of Laurie. And now the Winnipeg club shoots it down the ice. Quickly back to shoot it away for Calgary is Stoic. Oh, sorry, that was their captain, McDonald.
This kind of reminds me of an NFL football game, Ed. It's taken us longer to play this last 3 minutes of this game than it has to play the first 57. But
that's the CFL, Don.
Well, either way, the timeouts and everything else that we get there. No, they're just winding it down at this point. 28 seconds left on the clock.
So from the face-off, it's rolled down in the Winnipeg territory, cleared out by Dion. Those people on the side boards, they're taking a chance being there. Cleared out by McDonald. Now shot right back on by number 10, Dion. Good save you saw there. Here's another one just wide of the goal. And Piff, if that's Piff in the goal, he has played well since he's been in there. Well, the Winnipeg team counting off the seconds now. Calgary's Wheeler takes it in behind the goal. Shoots it in the left-hand side, and it is Dion with that puck of the buzzer goal to end the hockey game. Let's get a close-up of that Winnipeg team. There you see them. Bobbing their netminder, Greg McDuff.
They're a happy bunch, Ed, and they've got every right to be. They've done a heck of a job, and it was one heck of a hockey game. It's a classic way to end the season for the Winnipeg Suns. They've won pretty well everything that's been placed in front of them this year, and the Centennial Cup tournament also goes to their to them as well. Just a real good hockey game, well played on both sides, and hats off to both teams.
There you see the two teams now shaking hands. Any animosity has quickly left, and as far as these two teams are concerned, the Winnipeg Suns in the black and gold have taken the Centennial Cup here at Centennial 17 here at the Al Ritchie Memorial Center in Regina with a 6-3 victory over the Calgary Sabres, whom you see in your picture on the blue line right now. Goal-getters for the Winnipeg Suns, Bob Waskell had 2, Doug Overton had 2, Ashley Arnaud had 1, and the other goal scored by McQuarrie. Both those players also had 1 assist, so we had 4 players with 2-point games. For the Calgary Sabres, Chris Stoic had a goal and 1 assist. Brad Heave had a goal. Charles Walker had a goal. And Dean Shackleton had a pair of assists. So now we see some of the brass of the Centennial Cup, particularly Tony Hasenfratz and some of the others. Tony, of course, in the back doing the announcing. Let's get one more shot of the Winnipeg Suns, and we'll come back here, and we'll have the 3-star selection. There you see the victorious Winnipeg Suns. Now, Don, it's time for your 3-star selection, and this one might not be so easy.
No, it's definitely been tough pickings tonight as far as the 3 stars go, but I'm going to start off. I think that the game was a tough type of game to pick the 3 stars. A lot of good hockey players on both clubs. My 3rd star tonight is going to go to number 20 on the Winnipeg Sun team, Derek McQuarrie. I thought he played a super game for Winnipeg tonight. He set up a goal, he got a goal himself, and did a super job in killing some key penalties as well, and terrific little skater out there, and just a real hard worker, and my 3rd star goes to Derek McQuarrie. 2nd star, also a small hockey player on the Calgary Sun team, Chris Stoic. Chris played a real good game, played a good 2-way hockey game, and got a key goal for him to get his team back into the game, and we're going to go with him as the 2nd star of the game tonight. 1st star player that caught my eye in the opening shift of the game and carried on all the way through, and that's number 9, Doug Overton. Doug got 2 goals. He got the winner. He played on the line along with McQuarrie, and that line was a constant threat all night long. Honorable mentions to the Winnipeg side definitely have to go to number 5, Rob Waskell. He picked up 2 goals as well, and he had a strong game for the Winnipeg Sun Club. And honorable mentions on the Calgary Sabre Club, various honorable mentions to 2 defensemen, number 19 Matchy and number 14 Heath played a very strong game for them back there. Shackleton up front, and Hirsch also I thought played very strong games for the Calgary Sabres, Ed.
So there you have it in the 3-star selection by Don Pankowitz. The 1st star for the Winnipeg Suns, Doug Overton, their captain. For the 2nd star, we went to Chris Stoic of the Calgary Sabres, and the 3rd star from Winnipeg, Derek McQuarrie. The final score, the Winnipeg Suns 6, the Calgary Sabres 3. The Winnipeg Suns take the Centennial Cup in the Midget A section here with that big victory over the Calgary Sabres. Goal-getters again, Waskell with 2 goals, and Overton also with 2 to lead Winnipeg. And so the final selection of 3 stars to Winnipeg, Overton, to Calgary, Stoic, and Winnipeg, McQuarrie, in that order. Or maybe I should correct myself and say McQuarrie, not McQuarrie. But anyway, there it is. The final score again. Winnipeg Suns 6, the Calgary Sabres 3. Our cameramen were Grant Roberts and Steve Citozzi, who also handled our scoring. Our color man, again, our thanks to you, Don Pankowitz. Now from the Al Ritchie Memorial Center, this is Ed Robinson.
champion of the 1983.